This one's always going to be weird because it doesn't actually, like, it kind of tells me when it starts recording, but who knows. Anyways, what is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 31 of the Hot Stove Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Nunez, and I'm here with two of my hosts, at least.
Allegedly.
Well, one of my hosts.
Yeah. No Mark, I guess. He's just a spectator here today.
Yeah, he had to. I'm teaching him the ropes of how to do this podcast thing, so he just wanted to come and watch.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, Austin and I are here. Josh is in Pennsylvania somewhere. Mark was here. Like, he joined the call and said, "Oh, hello." And I haven't. The only thing we've heard from him since is the noise of his TV. So who knows? He'll be back at some point, right? Supposed to be working a baseball game today, and somebody got COVID. So
that's tough. Hate to see that.
It's a tough scene, but it's good for the podcast at least.
Yep.
We got a couple things to talk about today. It's not too dense or anything like that. We're gonna do some trivia, catch up on the last couple weeks of trivia that I have here, and then we're just gonna talk about where we're at in the NBA playoffs. The conference finals are starting. We have Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals tonight, and then Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals tomorrow. So, the draft lottery starts in like 20 minutes, so I guess we'll kind of react to that if anything crazy happens.
Yep.
Other than that, who knows, right? Austin, do you want me to? Should I start with trivia where it's just you, or?
I feel like Mark's been out on trivia for a couple weeks now. I don't want to exclude him again, especially if he's here.
Yeah. Okay. We'll wait to do that. We'll talk about. We got some other stuff to talk about, anyways. A couple housekeeping notes. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hot Stove Pod. That's at Hot Stove Pod on Twitter. And then here on the YouTube side, make sure to smash the subscribe button, the like button, the notification bell, also, and leave a comment if you feel like commenting. I'll talk here for just a second about my FanDuel lineup. So today, number one prospect in baseball. Number one prospect in baseball, Wander Franco, made his major league debut today. Austin, was that you or was that Mark doing those reactions?
I was doing it, and then he started doing it.
Wander Franco is currently making his major league debut. For those who don't know, when you guys getting in here, we're in the middle of recording an episode, Mark. What are you talking? Just started. So he's batting second for the Rays right now. He's had one at bat. He's drawn a walk and scored a run. The Rays are up 2-0 in the bottom of the third. So it's something that I'm at least keeping a little bit of track of. But I did have him in my FanDuel lineup tonight for the culture. And it seems as though that everybody else did as well. He's 18% rostered in this contest, which is a lot.
How much did he cost?
2,500.
Oh, 20. That's fine. I was gonna say if he was over 3,000 in that high roster, that'd have been just nuts.
Oh, no, it was 2,500.
Pretty good value. I mean, he's already fulfilled that value.
Yeah. I was able to go expensive on pitcher. I had Giolito tonight against the Pirates, which they're currently losing. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy. It's tough.
3 2/3, 5 strikeouts, 1 earned run. Cool. If only the White Sox could act like they want to hit baseballs,
Yeah.
Anywho, that's that, I guess. I don't know. Austin, Josh said he wanted to talk about how the Avalanche suck. Wasn't this news like 3 weeks ago? Were they even still in the playoffs the last time we did the show?
No. I'm not really sure why he wants to talk about it. I mean, I know why he wants to talk about it because of his lifelong bet with Eric about, Sabres or the Avalanche, which is pretty hard to imagine it going the right way for him anyways. But I think now that Montreal has somehow gotten that series, almost stole Game 4 and really solidified basically taking the series, being up 3-1. They're still 2-2 in that series, which is just as good as the Avalanche did. Now he's just insulting Avalanche fans by saying a Canadian team is as good as them.
Yeah.
I think that's where he was going to go with it, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I think the NHL playoffs have been really exciting so far this year. I'm not gonna lie. And in terms of like what teams made the Final Four, you couldn't really ask for a better group. You know?
Yeah, and it's like I don't know. Somehow, they're exciting, and you don't know what's going to happen. There's tons of parity, and I do still expect it to be Lightning Vegas, like the two
Lightning
best
Vegas
teams in the
again,
league.
yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
So like it's not like you're gonna end up with like random a 7 seed, 5 seed. Like you're still gonna end up with two of the best teams, and you're still gonna have the kind of parity of any team could win on any night.
Yeah, that's exciting. Mark, we can hear you, by the way.
He's frozen solid.
Yeah. Oh, is it connection issues for Mark this time? And he's gone. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you got the defending champion. You've got the Islanders. You've got
the Islanders have been real fun.
Yeah, because the Islanders are they're like the Grizzlies of the mid 2010s when it comes to hockey.
They're just grit.
They're a real grit and grind hockey team right there. Yeah. Mark, can you hear us? And not freeze while we're speaking to you. Is that possible? No? Okay.
Did you see Colorado fans, or Denver fans, Colorado fans in general, their teams...
All six of them? Do they exist?
In an 11-day span, they lost 8 straight playoff games, with the Nuggets getting swept and the Avalanche going up 2-0 and then losing in 6 games. Colorado fans on watch. That was brutal.
Officially on Not Alive watch.
Hello?
Yeah.
Did we start?
Dude, we're 7 minutes in.
What? I was sitting in there, and it was like, you're the only person in the call.
That was not true.
Dude, wait, could you guys see and hear me?
No. We saw you doing reactions.
Like when I just joined?
No, like when we started recording.
What the hell? I wasn't in the call.
Okay. All right. Anyways,
okay.
I hate Skype. I'm just going on record. I hate this.
Yeah, well, I don't want to pay $15 a month for Zoom.
Oh no, I completely understand why we're using it, but I have never, every single time I've ever tried to use Skype, it never worked properly.
Yeah. Yeah, we do what we do, Oh
my god, I was sitting here waiting for you guys to join the call, and then I was like, maybe if I just leave and come back, something will change. Then I come back, and then I can't hear you, but I see you talking. Hi, everybody.
Also, I've been talking about hockey for almost the last 10 minutes.
Then I'm not too sorry I missed it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some respect for the best sport in America.
Mark is here. And before we talk basketball, that means we can do trivia. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trivia questions today.
All right,
5.
Sweet.
Lots of points up for grabs. Also, Mark, you may have missed it last time. Josh crossed the 100-point mark in trivia.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you actually watched the episode. Good job.
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't even check the last episode. I don't know how many views it has or anything. I just uploaded it and haven't looked at it since.
Mm-hmm.
But I will ask you guys the first trivia question here before I go look that stuff up. Let's see. All right, this one is pretty interesting. There's been a lot of players to debut so far in 2021. These are all baseball questions, by the way.
All right, sweet.
There's been a lot of players to debut so far in 2021 with varying degrees of not having success. We still haven't really had a 2021 debutante who has been good. You know what I mean? This goes to show with that stat. There's only one player, who's debuted in Major League Baseball in 2021 with a WAR above 1.
Adolis Garcia?
Nope.
It's not Akil Baddoo, is it?
It's not Akil Baddoo.
Okay.
I got to go check Adolis Garcia's stats because I took this a while ago. Okay,
He might.
yeah. Adolis Garcia has a 2.4 WAR now. Never mind.
Did he
Wait.
debut this year, or was it last year?
He made his major league debut in 2018
2018
with the Cardinals.
Ah, shit.
It's him and Rosarena, like those two random Cardinals outfield prospects that have somehow performed better than their pedigree ever allowed.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Then my sentiment still stands. Only one player.
It's tough to say.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the people that qualify as rookies, and most of them made their debut last year, but still qualify as rookies.
I feel the same.
This player has a 1.3 WAR this year.
Position player?
Yep.
Is it that second baseman for the Padres? I don't know his name.
Or whatever his name is.
Yeah, the Korean guy.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Mark. Austin got the name.
Okay, that's fine.
It's Ha-Seong
I wouldn't
Kim.
have guessed it.
Ha-Seong
I said
Kim.
I said Hyung Soo. You know what? It's in the ballpark.
Ha-Seong Kim has a 1.3 WAR this year. The only person to debut this season with a WAR over 1. Yeah, good stat. All right, a couple weeks ago, Mookie Betts is a Mookie Betts stat. What year did he debut in Major League Baseball, Mark?
2014? 15?
2014. 2014, yep.
Yeah.
I just had to look it up. So, we've talked about combo meals before on this show. You know, a game where you hit a home run and you steal a base in the same game. A couple weeks ago, Mookie Betts recorded his 16th career combo meal. I want you to tell me there's only 4 players who have more combo meals since the start of the 2014 season than Mookie Betts. I want you to tell me who those 4 players are.
Trout?
Trout is number 1. Yes, he has something like 30-something.
Oh.
Yes, like 30, something like that. What did you say, Mark?
I said Acuna. Austin said Trey Turner.
No and no. Acuna probably because he's still too young.
Yeah, but I thought he might be close to that by now already.
Ooh. Carl Crawford? No.
Not Carl Crawford. It's not Jose Reyes and it's not Coco Crisp.
Damn it!
Just putting that out there.
Son of a bitch. Trying to think.
Yelich?
Ian Kinsler?
Christian Yelich is 3rd. Yelich is one of them.
Ian Kinsler is not, I'm assuming.
Ian Kinsler is not one of them. It's not. I mean, it's a good guess, I guess.
Yeah, that's a little too late for Kinsler, I think, after 2014.
Yeah, I think it should go without saying that all these players are active.
Yeah. Cody Bellinger?
No. Both of these players are older than that. Let me go look at when they debuted.
Okay, so they're...
I feel like...
One of these players debuted in 2012.
Okay.
And one of these players debuted in 2013.
So they're both older than Mookie.
I don't even know if this guy has 50 career stolen bases, but Manny Machado?
No, it's not Manny Machado. And like 30 of those were in one season.
Yeah.
These guys are both well-known speed guys. Well-known power speed guys, obviously, because they've been doing combo.
Yeah.
Akil Baddoo? No.
Not
He's got
Akil
30
Baddoo.
of them this year. 2012 and 2013. So Harper?
No.
Yeah, okay. Just trying to think of guys who debuted in 2012.
So I'll tell you, the guy who debuted in 2012 was an outfielder.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy who debuted in 2013 is a middle infielder.
Okay, I knew one of them was going to be a middle infielder.
Yeah. Kind of swapped around depending on where he's played. They both played in a few places.
Oh, no, he debuted before that.
What was your answer going to be, Mark?
Altuve.
Not Jose Altuve.
But he debuted like 2011, I think.
And he's also only played with one team. So.
Oh, did you say they moved around teams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The infielder has moved around positions as well, but they both moved around teams.
Okay.
Positions. Wow.
Hmm.
Francisco Lindor. He's
incorrect.
Too late.
He was later than that.
Yeah.
That's really. He's got to be up there though, right?
Probably. Both of these players play in the same division currently.
In the same division.
Yes.
And they're both active?
Marcus Semien?
Nope.
He's too isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't know. I guess he counts as active. Yoenis Cespedes?
No, and I don't think he counts as active. I don't know if he's like.
Okay.
I think he's off the books for them.
Is he?
No, these players are definitively active.
All right.
Playing regularly for their teams.
What are we talking about here?
Charlie Blackmon?
No, it's a good guess though.
Oh, yeah. God, I'm really struggling here.
I'm also kind of struggling here.
And obviously these guys, they're like all-stars.
I don't know if either of them have made an all-star game. Let me look at that.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. If baseball reference would load, that would be incredible. The guy who's debuted in 2012 has not made an all-star game. The middle infielder has not made an all-star game. And the outfielder has made one all-star game. It was 2016. I'll tell you, they're both National League players.
It's getting crazy, folks. Now you're gonna be surprised how I got to this guess, because I know Nunez likes Ketel Marte. I'm gonna say Starling Marte.
Starling Marte is second.
Oh wow!
I was thinking of Ketel Marte, and then I was like, you know what? Actually, what about the other one?
All right, Ketel Marte.
But I am a big Ketel Marte fan. This is not Ketel Marte. He's not the other guy.
Yeah. It's worth a shot. Wow, Starling Marte surprised me.
Does he play for the Marlins now?
Yes, he does.
So we're looking... Okay.
So middle infielder that debuted in 2013?
2013.
And plays that division.
And I'll tell you, he's played with...
And is not Trey Turner. It's kind of unbelievable.
He's played with 6 teams in his career.
6 teams?
Yeah. 6 teams in 8 years.
Gene Segura.
Yep, not Gene Segura.
Oh, I actually thought that was the answer. Is he still on the Phillies?
Yes, he is still on the Phillies.
He's got a lot of stolen bases, doesn't he? I don't know if he hits the home runs for that, but...
Yeah.
As soon as he said that, I was like, damn, Austin got it.
I feel like everything I think of is just too young.
Is it like Miguel Rojas?
No, it's not Miguel Rojas.
What? I'm stunned.
Starlin Castro?
No. So I'll tell you this. This player played for 2 teams last year in 2020. Neither of them are the team that he currently plays on.
Jesus. This guy's up there with a stat like that and he can't hold a team?
This guy played in 2 teams in 60 games last year and is on a different team this year.
No one wants this guy. Why should I know who he is? Of course I'm going to know who he is.
You certainly know who he is.
I'm trying to think of middle infielders in the NL East. And I'm kidding.
Didn't you said Starlin Castro? He plays for
Washington. Not Trey Turner.
I said Gene Segura. It can't be Didi, right?
Oh, no, because he wasn't on 2 teams last year.
No.
Correct.
He has
true.
been on. He has
It
been
can't
on
be
4
Oscar Albies. Oscar Albies is young.
Ozzy.
It's Ozzy.
His name isn't Oscar, so.
Yeah, well, it can't be Oscar Albies either.
It's not Dansby Swanson.
Not Dansby Swanson.
No.
It's not a Marlin, allegedly. You said Rojas and somebody else already.
No, it's not John Birdie.
Yeah, John Birdie's their second base.
It's not
I
Lindor.
will say, though, this player in question has played for the Marlins.
I don't know that you're...
Possibly as recently as last year.
I don't know that you're spitting any truths here. There's just no way you're spitting any truths.
Who the hell was on the Marlins last year?
This is fake.
Nunez being the only person in New York State to pay attention to Marlins baseball is coming back to bite us again.
This guy's on my team, isn't he? He's on my fantasy team, isn't he? It's or he was. He plays for the Mets. Jonathan Villar?
Jonathan VR is correct.
VR. Yeah, dude. Only because he was on my fantasy team at one point this season.
Never would have guessed him.
He's played for the Astros, the Brewers, the Orioles, and then last year he played for both the Marlins and the Blue Jays.
Yep,
I remember that now.
And he plays for the Mets this year.
In a stat that involves home runs, Jonathan VR is about number 999 on the top 1,000 players, I would guess.
He's only hit more than 15 home runs once in a season, by the way. Fun fact.
But I never would have thought of that.
But he's stolen more than 35 bases 3 times in a season.
He just feeling hot those days and hitting home runs.
He stole 16 last year in 52 games.
Wow.
Led the majors with 62 steals back in 2016.
I remember that.
Anyways, so those are the 4 players with more combo meals than Mookie Betts. All right.
Wow.
So another interesting stat here. There are 10 players in Major League Baseball with at least 50 RBI to this point in the season. All right. There are only 3 of them, however, with a BABIP under 280.
Oh.
Bad BABIP, high RBI. Who are those 3 players?
Does Freeman have 50 RBIs?
Yeah.
No? He's close. He's got like 46 or something, I think.
This was the one I had to fact check earlier.
This is a bit crazy.
I'll give you a hint off the bat. 2 of these players are teammates. And this is really only one that you get if you pay attention to stats like that. I knew all 3 of these guys were top 5 in RBI this season.
Yeah, that's sort of all I'm trying to think about.
That's all I'm thinking about right now. I mean, obviously there's the Reds guys who don't have near a BABIP that low.
So I'll give you hints off the bat. The 2 teammates are a National League infielder and first baseman. Or National League outfielder and first baseman, my bad.
Jesus Aguilar?
Jesus Aguilar is one of them.
Here we go. You knew.
Yeah. He has 50 RBI and a 280 BABIP.
Oh, who's...
I'm not going to get this.
It's not Dickerson, is it?
No.
I'm not going to get this.
Oh, it's a name I know. God damn it.
And we talked about it on the show more often than we really should have.
Is it Adam Duvall?
Yes, it's Adam Duvall.
Oh,
Adam Duvall is actually leading the National League in RBI with 52 right now, with a 241 BABIP.
That's absurd. That's such an Adam Duvall stat, though.
Yeah, it is. It's such an Adam Duvall stat.
All right, and the other player, the third player, is a American League outfielder. Let's see here.
I was gonna guess Jose Abreu.
Oh, he's really cut it down this year. Sorry, I was gonna make a joke about his fly ball rate. So when I originally got the stat like 2 weeks ago, his fly ball rate was at over 55% this season. He's now gotten it down to 38.5%, which is still way too high.
So he's only hit balls on the ground the last 2 weeks.
I guess.
I've only got 2 guesses for this. I'll go with Jared Walsh.
No. Jared Walsh is up there, but his BABIP is like 340.
Yeah, and he's a first baseman.
Oh, well, I think he sprinkles in some right field appearances. Trey Mancini was my only other guess.
No.
Huh. Yeah, he's having too good of a year average-wise,
I'll tell you, he plays in the American League East. So I will tell you
Trey Mancini.
Not Trey Mancini.
Austin Meadows.
Austin Meadows is correct. He has 50
Nice.
RBI with a 263 BABIP.
And like
batting
40,
average in what?
40 of those RBIs are against the Yankees, I think.
Yeah. He's batting 230 so far this year, which I guess is a step up from last year, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, his fly ball rate is currently a career high 38.5%.
Jesus.
Yeah. It's not good. But yeah, that's that. So, all right, we're done with the Marlins stats now.
Oh, thank God.
All right, this one's more simple. I just want you to tell me the 5 outfielders with at least 10 steals this season.
I know one of them. He's on my fantasy team. And by no, I mean I have no idea if he has 10 steals, but I know he has more than one. Raimel Tapia.
Not Raimel Tapia.
Damn it.
One of them is Raimel Tapia's teammate. I'll give you that hint early.
Charlie Blackmon?
No.
Who the hell else plays outfield for the Rockies?
The other one.
Who's the third outfielder for the Rockies? I have no idea.
I actually have no idea.
Carlos Gonzalez still out there kicking around in Colorado?
No, Carlos Gonzalez is not still out there.
You got I honestly have no idea who the third outfielder for the Rockies is. That's sad.
I'll say that I will say though that he split. I mean, he doesn't play exclusively outfield. He's primarily played center field this year, but he does go into the infield on occasion.
Oh, is it Garrett Hampson?
Correct. Garrett Hampson has 12 steals this season.
Yeah, because he came up as an infielder. I think of him more as an infielder. I forgot they moved him to center this year.
Yeah.
I'm so bad at stolen bases, I'm not gonna lie. This is
And you said this is 5 outfielders in the majors?
Yeah, why would they be in the minors?
No, I was just making sure you didn't say AL or NL. Like just
yeah. 5 full outfielders.
No, I was curious about I can't even name an outfielder on the Syracuse Mets. I just want to say the Mets better not have like their hopes too high for the future because Syracuse stinks.
Well, they don't have the worst rated farm system in baseball like the Red Wings do. So
yeah,
the Red Wings do stink.
They are not very good. That's true. They lost a heartbreaker the one game that I went to this year.
Yeah, a heartbreaker for the Syracuse Mets is 5 runs. So like, dang, we almost had it.
All right. Of the remaining 4 outfielders, one is in the National League, 3 are in the American League. Oh wait, that's a lie. 2 of them are in the National League. I'm an idiot.
Okay.
What did you say, Austin?
I said
Oh. I mean, you don't really have to think that hard.
I'm thinking as hard as I can.
Yeah, it's.
I'm just not good at
Stolen bases are a tough one because no one steals anymore.
That's not true. Steals are way up in baseball this year.
I'll tell you what, Mark. I got an idea.
Hmm.
Just start repeating answers. Starling Marte.
No.
Ronald Acuna.
Shocker. Ronald Acuna is leading all outfielders with 15 steals this season.
You gotta be kidding me.
So I'll tell you this. 2 of these outfielders are in the American League East.
Oh, that dude from Baltimore, Cedric Mullins.
Yep, he has 12.
American
And now these remaining 2 players, one's in the American League East, one is in the National League West. And way back when, a few years ago, they were traded for each other. They weren't traded explicitly for each other, I don't think, but they were involved in a trade. They were both involved in a trade, in one trade. Mark is on to something.
I'm doing a little math in my head about teams guys played on. Tommy Pham and Randy Arozarena.
That is correct. Tommy Pham and Randy Arozarena have 11 and 10 steals on the season, respectively.
Tommy Pham having that many steals is actually shocking to me. It was just the only thing I could think of, like off the top of my head, in a trade that they involved.
It's only shocking because he's played about 6 games this year.
Yeah,
he's quite a fast person. I say that he's actually
really?
he's played 71 games. He's played pretty much the entire season.
Oh,
I just wanna come out with a couple of technicalities. I've just looked up the steals lead, and Starling Marte does have 10 steals.
Oh, my bad.
He stole 2 bases last night. And then Shohei Ohtani. Just want to point that out there. He's got 10.
Austin, I'll give you 2 points for that. All right? There you go.
You give him one because he didn't guess Shohei. He never guessed Ohtani. Don't give him 2.
Okay, I'll give you 1 point for that. All right. Before we can mercifully end this segment, I have one more trivia question. So of the top
38 points
of the top 5 pitchers in strikeout to walk rate, 3 of them have Cy Youngs, and those 3 are Jacob deGrom, Clayton Kershaw, and Max Scherzer. I want you to tell me the other 2 in that stat who don't have Cy Youngs.
Kevin Gausman.
No, he's 8th, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. I knew he was up there.
In what time frame?
This season.
Oh, this season. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lance Lynn.
Lance Lynn is like 11th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. You just say, does Lance Lynn have a Cy Young?
He was pretty close in voting back in 2019, I think.
Yeah,
That's why I thought he finished like top 5 at one point.
Yeah, Lance Lynn was 5th in 2019.
Yeah.
Gausman was the easy answer.
Well, it was also the incorrect one, so.
Corbin Burns.
No, he's 6th.
Oh,
what?
What happened to that guy?
Yeah, he walked 6 guys in each of his last 3 starts?
I don't know what to tell you, man. He's just not top 5.
That's unreal. You can tell us where they are in the top 5?
Yes, they're 2nd and 3rd.
Okay.
I'll stick with the Brandon Woodruff.
He's 9th.
We're getting everyone except inside the top 5. Rest of the top 10, we got it covered.
That's tough. You know what? Nunez, he tried to trick us.
It's Tyler.
He tried to trick us. He said, "Oh, guess what, guys? I'm done with the Marlins questions. Totally done.
No,
I swear to God." Trevor Rogers.
It's not Trevor Rogers.
That would have been the most you thing ever if it was Trevor Rogers.
I literally only asked trivia questions about the Marlins at this point.
Tyler Mahle.
No.
I don't know how many guys he walks. I just know he strikes out a fair amount.
So one of these guys, the guy that's third, and the less obvious guy, actually has allowed the most hits in the major leagues this year. His whip is a 1.27, but he's only walked 10 guys in 84 innings so far this season. So
that's pretty impressive.
That is impressive. Is his ERA bad?
His ERA is a 4.39. He got blasted in his last start.
I'll give an answer Josh would give. Anthony DeSclafani.
It's not Anthony DeSclafani. This player in question, his FIP is a 3.59. So.
Oh, okay. I actually was going to guess Anthony DeSclafani as well.
It's not.
Yeah.
Gregory Soto is tied for first in wild pitches this year. He's a reliever.
That's funny. Crap! You keep making me forget the guy's name. I want to. Dylan Cease.
No. There's one National League East pitcher and one American League East pitcher.
Nick Pivetta.
No.
Nathan Eovaldi.
Also no.
My gosh.
Speaking of Dansby Swanson, he just hit a home run.
Good old Dansby.
I feel as though I'm being rolled.
Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler.
Oh, Zach Wheeler is 10th.
Whew.
Albeit he might rise tonight's start. Let's see what he's at tonight.
That one would have hurt. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was.
Shucks. Zach Wheeler's allowed 3 through 3 innings. He's falling apart.
No.
He has his favorite, Aaron Nola.
Carlos Rodon.
Not Aaron Nola, not Carlos Rodon.
Oh my god.
It's also not my other favorite Zach Gallen, if you were going to ask.
Well, you said National League East.
That's true.
Oh yeah, you did.
Are you positive he doesn't pitch for the Marlins?
I am certain he doesn't pitch for the Marlins.
It's pretty impossible, but Glasnow?
No.
I'm being spanked.
Glasnow is also tied for first in wild pitches, by the way, this year.
Fake stat.
But again, he has pitched 88 innings as to where Gregory Soto has pitched 28 innings, and they have the same amount of wild pitches.
What's the number?
8.
8 wild pitches in 28 innings. That's fantastic.
I just don't know anybody else. So we said the two Phillies pitchers who are good.
Mm-hmm.
We said Scherzer. Everybody else on Washington sucks.
They obviously don't have to be good. One of these two guys has a 4.5 ERA right now.
Is it Eric Fetty?
It's not Eric Fetty.
Thank God.
Mark,
I was going to jump off a building.
I'm not even saying guys I believe in anymore. Marcus Stroman?
No.
Yeah, no. Garrett Cole?
Garrett Cole is second. That was the trick part of the question because I said does not have Cy Young.
Yeah. We're idiots, Austin.
Yeah. You had me thinking he didn't have a Cy Young.
Yeah. Jacob deGrom, by the way, has a whole 2 strikeouts per walk more than Garrett Cole. And And then the gap between Garrett Cole and number 3 is 1.45 strikeouts per walk.
All right, so
and the gap between number 3 and Max Scherzer is another 1.4 strikeouts per walk.
So a National League East pitcher who isn't necessarily that good. Does he actually strike out a lot of guys, or is he just not walked? Or you said he's walked.
He said he has 10 walks.
He's got 10 walks. He's got
so he probably
83 strikeouts. He's got 83 strikeouts in 84 innings, so right under strikeout per 9.
All right.
I think we're
Vince Velasquez.
No, that guy sucks. Oh, yeah, draft lottery as well. The Warriors got 14, unsurprisingly.
Oh, the lottery's on?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, but this doesn't make sense.
Pacers. I don't remember the odds, so I can't tell you whether or not something crazy is happening.
I'm telling you for a fact, it is not Washington or the Mets. If that helps you, Mark.
Will concur with that.
I don't think it's them. We haven't named enough Braves.
Ian Anderson?
It can't be.
Not Ian Anderson. The Hornets are picking 11.
I'm at a loss. I'm stumped.
Pelicans are 10. Please, for the love of God, give me the Rockets at 5. Also, if Minnesota's out of the top 3, the Warriors get their pick. That's another important one. And if the Bulls are out of the top 4, the Magic get their pick.
I'm really...
Speaking
Charlie
of which,
Morton?
It's not Charlie Morton.
How?
Pretty soon I'm just going to tell you guys the answer.
No.
Mark, it's been almost 45 minutes.
I know it's
Lopez.
Not Pablo Lopez. I told you.
Wait, it's not a Marlin. We already went over this.
Yeah.
It's not a Marlin. It's not a National. It's not a...
The Warriors. Minnesota wasn't top 5. The Warriors got their pick. They're picking 7.
Oh, wow.
Which locks Toronto into a top 4 pick.
Is it Drew Smiley?
No, it's not Drew Smiley.
What the?
It's just gonna be a Philly. Name the 3rd, 4th, 5th pitchers for Philly. This is it.
Thunder
That's all we got left.
are picking 6, which locks the Cavs into a top 4.
Who's the 3rd pitcher for the Phillies? You got it, Mark. I don't know it. Nobody knows it.
Trying to think.
Well, I'm sure somebody knows it. I mean, he's apparently not terrible.
Chase Anderson?
No, it's not Chase Anderson. The Magic are picking 5 and 8 this season. So the Pistons and the Rockets both have top 4 picks.
Come on!
Oh, who's the other one?
Mobley.
The big righty. Eflin? Zach Eflin?
Finally, we got there.
We got it! Come on!
Is 3rd.
We named every goddamn pitcher in the National League.
Strikeouts per walk. Woo! We made it. Yeah.
All right, everybody, that's the show.
That could be the show. All right. That's trivia. So the top 5 in strikeouts per walk are DeGrom, Cole, Eflin, Scherzer, Kershaw. Rounding out the top 10, by the way, from 6 to 10, is Joe Musgrove, Julio Urias, Kevin Gausman, Brandon Woodruff, and Zach Wheeler are the rest of the top 10. So, yeah, that's trivia. 43 minutes.
6 through 10, I would have been on it.
Yeah, we were on fire 6 through 10.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for that, I guess. What we'll move towards now is we'll just kind of talk about the NBA playoffs. I mean, we're kind of coming down to the important parts here with the conference finals starting. What do you guys want to talk about first? I'll talk about the Sixers. I feel like that's the thing we have to talk about as a sports talk show. I don't like talking about it. I don't find it very fun.
We can talk about the fact that the Harlem Globetrotters are trying to be in the NBA.
I saw that, and I respect the shit out of it.
I do as well.
Yeah. You see that statement, Austin?
No.
This Harlem Globetrotters put out a statement today that was like, we have done so much for black basketball players. They were one of the teams involved in integrating basketball back in the 40s, blah, blah, blah. And they said, now that we hear that the NBA is looking towards expansion, we would like to put in our bid to become the next franchise in the NBA.
I mean, I don't see why not.
That's gas.
Like, the thing is, it's like, I think people are thinking about it like they're just going to send in their roster of trolls.
No, I think they should.
They're going to be a real team.
Yeah.
It's just going to be under this name.
I only question, though, them still being the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, I don't know about putting a third team in New York.
True.
No, I would like them to. I would like the corpse of Meadowlark Lemon to be on the roster, and he's putting the ball on the top of the backboard. What are you gonna do?
I put in my bid for them to make a compromise and be the Seattle Globetrotters, and then we can solve all of our problems. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't move the Globetrotters out of Harlem, though. Like,
is there even a place to play in Harlem? They were like a traveling team.
Yeah, I think their like home stadium's the Garden. So
that's an issue. I guess you could put them at like Nassau Coliseum or something like that.
No, you can't. They're tearing it down.
Put them wherever the hell the Islanders are playing next year.
Yeah, they're having a brand new hockey only facility.
Yeah, that's cap. You can put other things in there, but you can take the ice out. I mean, every free arena does it. Anywho,
yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's funny as hell, and I respect it.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of it. I hope it happens for one. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess like I said, we have to talk about the Sixers.
They stink.
I just want to get this off my chest. I just want to say, if you're gonna troll Ben Simmons, you have to people don't get it. Watch this guy practice. Go to this guy's shoot-arounds, and this guy is nuts at basketball. Every single thing that's wrong with him is all mental, and I don't know how people still don't get that after watching him pass a wide open dunk. But like, I don't think people understand that he doesn't actually suck. He just refuses to play the game of basketball.
Yeah, no, I mean, well, I can tell you why people don't understand that. It's because the majority of casual sports watchers just assume that the athletes that they watch aren't human.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. I mean, it's not particularly difficult, No, I totally agree. Like I spent my entire time talking about the Sixers. Admittedly, I'm not that much of a fan. I think they've been overrated for many years now, and I've talked about it on the show dozens of times, and I don't really need to go into it again. But the one thing I did say the whole time was, because this whole question about like, ooh, is Ben Simmons, like when they asked Doc if Ben Simmons could be the point guard on a championship team.
Mm-hmm.
I spent his entire career so far saying that, like, he's actually a perfect fit for Philadelphia's system. They just need people to shoot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now that they have people to shoot, and it still isn't working, I don't know. I find it tough to parse through because I still think he's good at basketball.
I just don't think anyone with that mentality can win a championship. Like, it's not even like anybody. Me on the court, I'm going to try the wide open layup. I mean, just be so turned off by shooting the ball because you're so scared of whatever.
It's down to, by the way, Austin, it's down to the Rockets and the Pistons for the number 1 pick.
Well, I don't want Cade Cunningham, so I hope we get 2.
The Pistons just got the number 1 pick in the NBA draft. So. It went Toronto 1 or Toronto 4, Cleveland 3, Houston 2, Detroit 1.
Oh, I wanted Evan Mobley. That's okay.
They might still take Evan Mobley. They were talking about him before the draft. They asked Joe and Rose who his favorite. They asked Joe and Rose who his favorite prospect was, and his response was Evan Mobley.
Yeah, they desperately need a wing. I'm not gonna hate the pick.
They also need to be fair, but
really love Evan Mobley.
They need kind of any good players they can get.
Hey, Isaiah Stewart, actually, he's feeling nice.
Isaiah Stewart played well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Shout out to him, Rochester alum.
Yes, sir.
Went to Bishop Kearney, right?
I believe so. Yeah. Guys, elite.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I part of this is confirmation bias. Like, again, I've always thought, and again, have been documented in saying that I think the Sixers are overrated and soft. And this past series kind of confirmed both of those things for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not here to like dance on their grave or anything like that. I really do think that like to the extent that the process, quote unquote, was a success, I don't know as if that success is lasting anymore. And I think that Ben Simmons might be one of those like change of scenery kind of guys.
Oh yeah, he needs to get the hell out of Philly.
I mean, yeah. I've already seen speculation around it, and I love it. I just love the idea of him going to the Warriors and just having Curry and Clay just run off ball the whole time, and he gets to do his little thing where he just sits in the post and sets off-ball screens.
That would hurt so much.
Yeah.
Because, like, I don't know. If there's a place, like, if you fail there as a facilitator, then I mean, there's just
then I don't know what to
no
tell you.
role for you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it would work because then the Warriors would just have 2 Draymond Greens, and I don't know if anyone wants that.
That would actually be nuts. They'd have 2 guys who could just guard, like, 1 through 4, like, at an elite level. And then they both can't shoot, but they can just keep passing the ball around.
Him and Draymond are just going back and forth. No, you shoot. No, you shoot.
That might actually be perfect when you think about it.
I think it'd be really fun, at least. I don't know.
So I don't know what the likelihood of him getting traded is. It's obviously way too early to speculate on that. The season hasn't even ended yet. And I'm not Woj. You know, I don't get breaking news or anything like that. So we'll react to it if and when it happens. But,
I think what's being missed in this Atlanta series is, like, Atlanta Sixers series, is not enough praise for interim head coach making it to the Eastern Conference Finals when he became the coach. That team sucked. They were like 4 games under 500. Mm-hmm. They were doing nothing, and Nate McMillan comes in, and that team completely turns around, gets the 5 seed, and then dominates the Knicks, who were a great team, and then beats the Sixers, who are obviously, best team in the East in the regular season. He's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, not for nothing, but Nate McMillan has been a really good coach for a long time, or for as long as he's been a coach. And the Pacers shouldn't have fired him in the first place, basically.
No, they shouldn't.
Nope.
Yeah, so that's how we ended up here. The Hawks got lucky, and I obviously really hope they re-sign him in the offseason because he's done great things. This is it could end up being like a Monty Williams type deal next season.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Hawks, because their front office has done the right thing in terms of building, and now they've got a coach who the players seem to really love playing for. So,
What do you think the Sixers can get for Simmons? Like after that series, a first?
Yeah, I think they can definitely get a first for him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is that it?
No, they'll probably get a few players. I mean, he's a max contract. They're going to have to get a lot in return for him.
Yeah, I just don't think he's that hot of a commodity right now. I think people recognize...
Point guard?
What's that?
So you know what team could use a point guard?
The
Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Miami Heat have plenty of people to shoot the ball.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I kind of like the idea of Ben Simmons in Miami. I don't think it won't happen, but...
Honestly, I just love the idea of Ben Simmons on my team, too, just for the fact that I just think there's a time and place where he finally gets confidence. Maybe it's getting out of Philly.
I want nothing to do with him.
As
you don't,
anyone else.
I mean, you don't have to look very far to see Markelle Fultz and how he was playing before he tore his ACL. You know?
Has anyone else seen the Carson Wentz comparisons for Ben Simmons? It's disgusting. The city of
I
Philly
have,
needs to
but it's
be
not.
burned to the ground.
It's really not that hard to make that comparison.
Yep.
No, it isn't.
All over Twitter is just unbelievable. Philly fans just going, "Oh, the new Carson Wentz, what a bum. Hope we ship him off and he burns to the ground." I'm like, what is happening?
I can't
These
say I
fans are
disagree
insane.
with the comparison in terms of the way it's played out so far. You know, obviously we still don't know what Carson Wentz is going to be like post Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
and did you guys see the end of the game 7?
I
Did you
did
watch
not.
it live?
Unfortunately, I was not watching it.
They're
Yeah,
down,
I did see it. Yeah.
They're down like 7 with like 14 seconds left, and there's a foul or something, and the crowd starts booing, and then all of a sudden somebody throws something onto the court, and they stop the game and they go, "Who?" Basically, they on big announcement says, "If any debris is thrown onto the court, you'll be ejected immediately." And Philly fans start booing the announcement. Like the crowd went silent while the announcement went on, and then as soon as they say "you'll be ejected," the whole crowd just started simultaneously just booing the announcement that they'll be ejected. It was unreal. These fans are just maniacs.
They're savage animals. Philadelphia sports fans are savage animals.
Yeah.
How do you think that Hawks-Bucks series is going to go?
I was talking to other Mark about this earlier.
Is other Mark a big basketball guy?
He is now, yeah.
He's a big what the hell's that guy? Mark Price guy.
Huge, a massive Mark Price guy.
Yeah.
But no, I was talking to him about it because he's a big Bucks guy. Like he's all in on the Bucks. He thinks they're gonna win the title. Like,
way to jump on the bandwagon when there's only 4 teams left.
Well, he's been saying that since the regular season. I'll give him a little credit there. But I don't know. I feel like the X factor in this series is Drew Holiday. Because
it's going to be whoever's guarding Trae Young. Whether it's him or Tucker.
I figured it would be Holiday, but
it probably will be.
I don't know. The way Trae Young's officiated and the way he maneuvers, PJ Tucker will fall out in seconds. The way he plays defense.
Well, yeah. That's true.
But yeah, I think like both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, because if Drew can score like we know he can, then I think the Bucks win pretty handily because he's got legitimately the second worst defender in the NBA guarding him. But if he still doesn't have a shot like he did for quite a bit of that Nets series, I don't know. I think it's going to be rather close.
Yeah, I mean, my first instinct was to say Bucks in 6, and I think I still agree with that because we'll get a couple of those games where the Bucks implode because they can't shoot free throws or their shot isn't falling.
Yeah,
but I think this is a sense of, and it goes with the question I think Bleacher Report asked on their Instagram of like, who's under more pressure in this series? Is it Giannis or is it Trae Young? And I don't think that those two players could be on such different trajectories, right?
Yeah.
No.
Like the Hawks are clearly like I don't want to be demeaning because like saying like, oh, they're happy to be here is demeaning. You know, like they very clearly would prefer to win the series, right?
Yeah.
But like, after Nate McMillan takes over as interim coach and they make this run, they win a couple playoff series. Like this season has already been a huge success for the Hawks. Such a net positive. The Bucks, on the other hand, need to win this series. I firmly believe that if they don't, Mike Budenholzer is getting fired, which is fine. I don't think he's a good coach.
No,
we've
very much not a good coach
on this show as well.
Doesn't actually look like they run on offense at all when you watch them. It looks like they give the ball to Giannis. If he doesn't feel it, he gives the ball to Middleton or Drew Holiday, and they just ISO. And if they score, they score. This is why
I thought that Philadelphia could give them a really hard problem. This is also why I thought like Miami could give them a hard problem in the same way that they did last year. It was because the Bucks are an offense that pretty clearly can't really operate outside of the outside of the fast break.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing with the Sixers. I honestly think that series would have been a shit show. But
it would have been terrible to watch.
every game's just like what was it, game 4 of the Bucks Nets series, 86-83.
Yeah.
It's just
I tend to think that doesn't matter as much when you're playing a team that admittedly isn't very good at defense like the Hawks. So I don't know. I tend to think the Bucks are going to win, and certainly think that they can beat either team in the West. I guess we'll see what happens coming out of that series.
I will say, go back through the season and look at every team that Giannis plays that has strong interior players. I don't mean necessarily good defense, but big centers who take up space. Guys like Clint Capella, guys Jokic when he went against him, Embiid, he does perform worse.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I don't think this is a terrible matchup for the Hawks because obviously John Collins and Clint Capella can block shots, can be disruptive inside, and it'll force Giannis to take shots farther from the basket. And I mean, the Hawks, probably one of the deeper teams in the league, along with the Nuggets when they're healthy, like just a bunch of guys who can produce. So I really think it's going to be a better series. I think people are just expecting, okay, let's send the Bucks on, but
yeah, I don't think it's right to completely overlook the Hawks like that. I don't. I think that would be a ridiculous oversight. Mm-hmm. I do still think the Bucks are going to win the series, though.
Yeah.
Admit.
Yeah.
If you ask me. And we're already a game in. We're about to start game 2 here of the Western Conference Finals, which is probably shaping up to be my favorite series of the playoffs so far. Because we talked about it beforehand. I'm well invested in the Suns team.
Yeah, I am too.
From the moment that Chris Paul got traded there, and I was the only one saying that it was a good thing for them.
Yep.
I'll never let it go that I was right. I was the right one on that.
Absolutely.
And then game 1 was an all-time playoff classic with Paul George and Devin Booker going back and forth like that.
God, Paul George is another one of those guys that's like you just feel bad for because like for some reason when he's just playing as a 2, he can't play as a 1B. He just has to be the 2. Like until Kawhi got hurt, he just wouldn't do anything. He just would stand around.
Back, maybe.
And then as soon as he becomes the 1 and he's hurt, it's like, oh, this guy's back. He's scoring 35 a game. He's facilitating. It looks great.
Pandemic P was a thing, but people forget that playoff P was a thing when they went to 2 straight Eastern Conference Finals when he was in Indiana.
Yeah.
Like, that didn't happen by accident.
This series is over if the Clippers don't win tonight. Yeah.
Agreed.
With Chris Paul coming back, likely.
Are we sure that's likely? I haven't heard it reported on, but I feel like I think I remember when he went into protocol. I thought I remember seeing a report. I don't know if it was corroborated, so I don't really know if it was even right, that he tested positive for COVID, which would mean he can't come back the weekend.
He did.
So he would miss at least game 3, right?
Yeah.
So he'd probably be back for game 4.
Game 4, yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine.
It's going to be tough.
I imagine you'd like to be up 2-1 if you're the Clippers in that scenario. Being down with him coming back feels. I mean,
and still like really uncertain as to whether or not Kawhi is coming back. I mean, it's not like he has a bruise on his toe. Like, it's an ACL injury, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Paul George could average 1 point per game on 1% shooting for the rest of his career if he won this championship without Kawhi. And nobody could say anything anymore. Be like, oh, yeah, no. Well.
Like if Kawhi doesn't come back and the Clippers win the title, nobody's allowed to talk shit about Paul George ever again.
No.
Ever again.
Just like, oh yeah, Paul George, that guy's really good.
I saw people kind of shit talking the Suns today because of the fact that obviously in the first round they played a hurt Lakers, second round they played a Jamal Murray-less Nuggets, but like I feel like it's not really fair because I think they're better than both those teams regardless. Like the way they were a better team than them all season. They've played great in the playoffs. They would have beat both those teams in my opinion regardless. So
specifically the Nuggets. Like I think that Lakers series obviously goes a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Because we saw that one game where both Anthony Davis and LeBron played, and it wasn't close. That was the game where they won by like 25, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm not even saying automatically that the Lakers win or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't really care. It didn't happen, right? So, but I do think that the Suns, I mean, literally wall to wall this season, were better than the Nuggets. So it's not preposterous to say that they beat them in a playoff series. You know, like.
I don't know what you want them to do. They're playing the team in front of them, and they swept the team in front of them, right? I mean, it's not like they barely scraped by the Nuggets, and
they
I don't know,
blasted them.
Yeah. So what more do you want them to do than just clean?
Yeah. No, I really don't entertain any of the like, ooh, fake ring kind of thing, as if like injuries don't happen every year.
I was thinking about this with my dad. Like, how many rings in the past decade have been real rings if injuries
completely perfect, nobody got hurt, nothing weird happened rings?
Yeah, like it happens every year. I don't.
Yeah, every single year. I mean, the Warriors dynasty was set off by by Zaza Pachulia being a piece of shit. Like,
yeah. And then even in the finals, I mean, there was a bunch of finals where both Kyrie and Kevin Love were limping around on the court or not playing, and I mean, it's like
the 2016 championship, Kevin Love was hurt the entire time.
Yeah.
And obviously the 2015 finals, we know what happened there. They were both out for the whole series.
Yep. So it's, I mean, it's nobody discredits those teams. So
people understand that part of sports is just getting lucky with injuries, and that's fine. I said it when the Lakers lost to the Suns. I said it before the fucking playoffs started. It's like, yeah, of course, if the Lakers have 2 of the 10 best players in basketball, but to build a team like that, you have nothing else. So if one of those 2 players goes down, you're done. Mm-hmm. And that's perfectly fine. They won a championship.
It wasn't like fluke. And both of them were injured all year. It's not like, oh, they were healthy all year, ready to go, and then one of them just snapped his neck in the playoffs, couldn't play. I mean, like, they've been injured all year. Like, it wasn't like...
Yeah.
You know, even if it weren't a fluke injury, or even if it were a fluke injury, that's sports. It's how it happens in every sport every year.
Yeah.
So I don't entertain that kind of stuff. It's the reason we do the show, to talk about the things that have happened, and not engage with the stupid shit. You know, like, I don't buy into this whole like, ooh, Mickey Mouse ring. Nah, I mean,
yeah, I entirely blame the bubble being at Disney for all this bullshit.
Yeah, just anywhere else.
If it were Pensacola and not Orlando, it would have been totally legit.
Yeah, everyone would have been like, okay, but now they can say it's a Mickey Mouse ring. They're like, oh, hell yeah.
That's probably true. That's probably true to an extent.
If they had this at Universal, let's say the entire complex is at Universal, what are they going to say? Oh, it's a Harry Potter ring.
A Harry Potter ring.
Actually, they probably would have called it a Harry Potter ring.
They're playing in Hogwarts.
Called it a Harry Potter ring.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just excited, man. I don't know what to tell you. We got anything interesting coming up soon? Probably not.
Oh my God, Wander Franco just hit a 3-run home run against the Red Sox.
Come on! This guy's awesome. I told my buddy the other day that I put him in my FanDuel lineup tonight. I told him I wanted to do it for the culture, and like he was like, yeah. It gave him the lead too. Or no, it tied the game.
Tied the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So I told him I was going to do it for the culture, and he was like, yeah, who are they playing? Who's pitching? And I was like, it's Eduardo Rodriguez. And he was like, you got to do it. So I did it for the culture. Let's go, Wander Franco.
You know who was out dancing on the field to celebrate with him? Who else?
Who's that?
Brett Phillips.
Huge Brett Phillips guys on this podcast.
That our group chat the night of that game might have been the most electric thing I've ever been a part of. We're all just like, holy fuck, Brett Phillips! Like,
I mean, name the last World Series that just wasn't obscenely crazy at some point. You can't. Every year, it seems like something absurd happens, and Brett Phillips may have been one of the most absurd things I've ever seen.
Yeah, I was just trying to think, like, 18 Red Sox, you had, like, the wild, like, 15-inning game against the Dodgers. You had 2 great games in the Dodgers-Astros. What was 16? I mean, the Nationals winning in and of itself was crazy.
Yeah.
Why can't I think of 2016? That was
the Cubs.
The Cubs series was
Cubs
nuts.
Indians.
The Cubs
One
series
of
was
one of
really
the best
nuts.
World Series ever,
Yeah.
and also Cubs won.
Yeah. 15, the Royals won.
Yeah, that Royals team was like one of the ultimate underdog kind of teams.
Yeah. And they were playing the Mets. That's another one. It was Royals Mets
They
in
just
2015.
stomped the Mets.
And it was a Mets team that like blitzed through the regular season, right? Like they had the best record in baseball, right? Yeah.
Close to it, I think.
What'd you say?
That was
close to it. I don't think they had the best record in baseball, but they were close.
They were pretty well expected to at least make a run to the World Series, if not win the whole thing. Like that was supposed to be the Mets' year.
Yeah.
And guess what? Kansas City came and destroyed it.
And the year before, I was like, oh, the Giants swept the Royals, but Bumgarner pitched like every game.
Yeah.
Or it was 6 games, I think. It wasn't a sweep, but yeah, you had Mad Bum like 2 days rest coming in, 2 days after a complete game, throwing 3 innings in relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've all been wild.
Baseball is weird. All right.
Yeah, that's great.
Sports are weird. All right. Don't let injuries discount you from greatness. Okay. Injuries are going to happen. All right. Every team is going to have injury problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of how sports works. You got to get lucky a little bit to win. And also, this game has started. We're only 2 minutes in. But,
my remote's over there.
Yeah. Anywho, that's been. I think we'll probably cut it off there. Got nothing else to talk about. Yeah.
Oh,
so
congrats to shit! I already forgot his name. The football player.
Oh, Carl Nassib.
Yeah.
Good
Carl Nassib. Good for you.
Yeah. Good for him. Saw all the replies of all the Twitter replies were like, "Ooh, who cares?" And my only response was like, "That's a lot of who cares for a bunch of people that live in a country that have passed over 200 anti-gay laws so far in 2020. Well, so obviously a lot of people care."
And I mean, you saw the NFL came out today and talked about how he's the highest jersey seller the past 2 days.
Which is awesome.
There's obviously clearly a huge demographic of likely people in that community who care that he did that. I mean, they're buying his jersey. They're proud to wear it. It's like, I don't know how you're so blind to this.
Yeah. And also, I don't know, if you know anything about the Trevor Project, and if you know anything about suicide rates amongst LGBTQ youth,
it's massive.
You know that it's multiple times higher than any other adolescent group. And like he said in his video, the stats prove that with one approving adult, LGBTQ suicide rate goes down by 40%. So obviously it's an important thing. So good for him. Hopefully at some point, obviously we get to a point where it's not necessary to do that. Maybe
people are acting like this is the 12th guy in the past week to do it. I don't understand it at all.
Did you see the Japanese soccer player plays for the MLS came out as a trans man or trans male the other day?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Good for him too. I can't remember his name, but yeah. So I don't know. Maybe stop subjugating gay people, and we'll have to, and we won't have to have a big hubbub whenever an athlete comes out and says they're gay. How about that? Mm-hmm. All right. Anywho, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hot Stove Pod. That's at Hot Stove Pod on Twitter. Here on the YouTube side, make sure to smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification button, and leave a comment if you feel like commenting for Mark and Austin and maybe Josh next week. I'm Zach. This has been the Hot Stove Podcast. We will see you next time.
Peace.